Welcome back to the show called Joey Answers Your Questions, the show.
Where is he?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show called Joey Answers Your Questions, the show. I have to go to the bathroom edition. I'm out of town. I just sang at a wedding. I thought it went pretty well. And we're just gonna do this. This is imperfect, but a lot of you guys asked questions on the last Joey Answers Your Questions, the show episode. So if you want me to answer your questions in the next episode, ask your questions down below this video. Dr. Evolve says, I swear at least 10% of your success is due to being bald. Do you agree? Yes. I actually absolutely agree. I think that being bald is an advantage in many areas of life. There's a reason why Lex Luthor is bald, and a lot of bad guys. Kingpin, he's bald. They know something, but I can't spill the beans on what it is. You have to be bald to understand the significance and the huge advantage that you have in life from being follically accelerated. Speaking of being accelerated, I'm gonna have some bad boy juice because I'm on the road. I get to do whatever I want if I'm doing whatever I want. Y2-167 says, hey, what do you think about doing lectures video? I just want to know your opinion because I look at you as a YouTuber expert. Does that mean that you think I'm an expert of being a YouTuber, or that I'm an expert in something other than YouTube, but I happen to be on YouTube? And would I give a lecture video? The only thing I'd be comfortable giving a lecture on is how to YouTube and how to filmmake for YouTube. Those are kind of like the things I'm an expert on. I do have a pretty high level in piano. I could give lectures on music and filmmaking, and that's about it. Will I? Probably not. Who knows? Shy Guy Mystic 3615 said, how can you claim to have better ideas when your child, Frankie, is suffering? Or would you blame this on you, child, Frankie, not your ideas? How many ideas do you have left? Thank you for your ideas, Mr. Ideas. They've been helpful sometimes. Sometimes. They've been helpful sometimes. How is my child Frankie suffering? I would like to know that. My dog is not my child. I do not treat her like my child. I think that's a little bit deranged if you treat your dogs like children. I don't think they are human beings. However, they deserve immense respect, appreciation, love. You shouldn't make them suffer. I just want to say that she's lost a lot of weight, and I'm very excited about that. But also, Shy Guy thanks me for my ideas because they are helpful sometimes. No Messing Around One said, if you went back in time, would you try to keep your hair? Yes. Yes, I would. Even if I shaved it right down, you can see that outline. It's just totally squared off. I think that is a stronger look. So if I'm talking purely from a looks maxing perspective, I probably would, yes, but I don't live my life in agony and regret over the fact that I did not try to preserve my hair a little bit harder. But have you guys heard of PP405? It's the 405th PP, and it's the one that works. It's a new breakthrough in hair regrowth technology, and it can restore long dead hair follicles back to life. Very exciting stuff. If there's no side effects, I'd be willing to give that a try. I believe it probably won't be out on the market till like 2028 or even 2030, but still, keep your eyes out for PP405. Might actually be called something a little bit cleaner by then. Retro Llama says, how has the house build and living in the woods been going? Miss the rat race? I do miss the rat race to some degree because I was closer to a lot of my camera crew, my film crew. So it was a lot easier to come up with a really exciting idea, develop it, and then get to shooting. However, the most recent time I feel like I really knocked it out of the park with a video is called The Mindset That's Slowly Destroying Your Life. And it's that old-timey one, that old-timey instructional one. And I wasn't living in the city when I shot that. I was living on my property and we just made a trip out of it. We rented an Airbnb and try to do a really good job of a concept that we were working really hard on. And yeah, there's more stuff around. Other than that though, I really do like the peace and quiet of living on my property. The house build is coming along pretty well, a little bit slower than I had hoped because over the past 2 years, I've been throwing so much money at a secret project that I am so close to announcing on Better Ideas and the second channel. You guys will be the first to hear about it. I have to be a little bit close-lipped on it, but I am excited to basically drop you guys a link in a future video just to like put your name on an email form. Just if you're interested in that, hopefully we'll give you more details. But yeah, I've been working on it nonstop for like 2 years. Not related to the question at all. Farfalla190 said, he posted again. Honestly, I like the idea of you posting whatever you want. I've always preferred genuine content more than content creators that feel they have to keep their content in a single category, even when they don't feel like doing it. Question, what are your favorite non-self-improvement books? Well, I appreciate that. I do think that it's important that I stay in my niche niche, but explore new and visually exciting ways to communicate whatever information I'm trying to communicate. On Better Ideas, I can't just randomly start a cooking show. I think people would just bounce. So to some degree, I do have to keep it within my niche. Even on this channel, I do think I have the opportunity to explore a lot more, see what sticks, experiment a little bit, and figure out what content people really enjoy watching. When I'm loose like this and there's no expectation really, I have a lot of fun doing it. I feel totally relaxed. I feel totally myself. And a large part of me really enjoys being an entertainer as well. I've always tried to make things that people find funny or insightful or entertaining to some degree. And I think most artists are like that. Just because you scribble on a page and really like doing that and everybody says, what the hell is that? Maybe they're right. Maybe a scribble on a page has no artistic value and you're just kind of going crazy in a box and you should get out more. I do think that good art has an objective form, an objective excellence, and people's reaction to it is a very good thermometer. Barometer? Speedometer. Yeah, so if like something clicks on this channel, I'm gonna roll with that. I'm not gonna just do that every time, but if you like a particular episode of something, I might just do it again and again and again.
But you know what the worst part of all is? I never learned to read.
Living Rick Roll 1576 says, how do you be consistent at the right things? I'll do a good habit or a bunch of them, and then after achieving something or hitting a small goal, I'll sort of fall off. You don't have to check all of these boxes, right? Just because you saw a YouTuber or looked around you at your peers and they're doing a certain habit, I wouldn't put pressure on yourself to try to do that exact same thing. You gotta ask yourself, what do I have to gain from this? Like, why am I doing this? What's the point? If there really is nothing about it that is enjoyable or fulfilling or turns you into somebody that you enjoy being, it's gonna be really hard to find the motivation to continue doing that thing. A really good example of this is back in my early self-improvement days, I used to be a big cold showers guy, and I went on some streak of like 30 something days taking ice cold showers, and then I made a video about how awesome I felt. But then I stopped doing it, and I basically never did it again. And that's purely because I just didn't feel like it. I just didn't feel like the benefits were worth it to me, and I felt like I could get those benefits by like going for a run or working out or something if I wanted to spike my adrenaline. But then some of the more masochistic type people might say, well, the fact that you find it uncomfortable is the point, and that's why you should do it. You should force yourself to do things that are uncomfortable. And to a degree, they're right. I think especially when you're young or you haven't ever pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone, it's important to engage with doing uncomfortable things purely as a personal challenge, even if you have no idea what's in it for you. Because then you learn about yourself. You learn that, okay, even if you don't want to do something, you can force yourself to do it, and you might even feel really good about overcoming that obstacle. But it gets to a point where you sort of have a limited amount of willpower to direct at things in life. I don't know if that's entirely true, but it certainly feels like it. If you want to achieve something in life, then you probably best preserve your ability to shoulder discomfort and use that towards that goal. Don't do things that you don't feel like doing. Devon is with it said, also, wow, how did you get such a clean green screen effect at 712 without one? I can't answer that question. I suspect that Tom is using Magic Mask in DaVinci Resolve, but I'll let him take it away.
Here's a quick tutorial on how to remove your background. You know what, we're not going to do the moody voice. This is a fun video, let's be fun. Step 1, Fusion. Select your clip and go into the Fusion tab, do Control Space and add a magic mask, and then you just want to change the mode from fast to better. Step 2, Scribble. Make sure that your playhead is at the start of the clip, and then you just want to draw around what you want to cut out so that the program knows what you're keeping and what you're getting rid of. Joey is actually really easy to separate from the background due to his bold superpowers. It gives a really clean edge to the image of him, so it doesn't really take much effort to mask him out, in all honesty. Step 3, Hold your breath. This is where you hit track forward and hope that your laptop doesn't melt into a little blob of plastic while it's trying to render the frames out. And step 4 is victimize. Once you've separated your subject from the background, you can literally put them in any situation that you want. Just try not to get yourself fired, or you'll never remove a background ever again.
Butte Bo says, are you scared to post these second channel videos on your main channel? What do you think is going to happen? What if they actually go really well? Partly, yeah. I don't know if my main channel could handle a Joey Answers Your Questions, the show. Maybe it could handle like a TikTok React, that tier list video I just posted. I think it's all about developing expectation. If I develop this expectation on my second channel, then everybody's happy. You're coming to this channel for fun, lighthearted videos that are a little bit more, laid back. And on the main channel, that's where you can expect higher quality content in theory. But I could be totally wrong on this. I know that if I posted this exact video on my main channel right now, it would get a lot more views than it would on the second channel. But over time, I don't know if the long-term vision would be totally worth it. But what do you guys think? Do you think I'm making the right call here, trying to develop more community on the second channel? Or do you think tactically I should be doing this on the main channel? If I just jumped ship on the second channel and still posted weekly, but this type of content on the main channel, as well as the higher quality content on the main channel, do you think that would be an overall positive thing for the main channel? Or would you see the average views go down and down and down and down until it sort of evens out at like a 50,000 views per video? I suspect that's what might happen, and that is what I'm scared of. Are my fears warranted, or are they baseless? Last Chance Was Taken says, thank you for giving me permission to pick my nose, sir. Appreciate it as always. Yeah, you gotta pick your nose. Sometimes it's actually better for everybody if you pick your nose, because what's in there could come flying out at the wrong time. The fact that you picked it saved everybody that show. Jacob K.R. Zankowski, or is it Kurzanowski, says, hi Joey, since you have mentioned several times that you enjoy playing video games, I think some of us would be curious as to what are your all-time favorites, or what you are currently playing. Other than that, Good Habits tier list is definitely a cool idea. Well, thank you. Halo 3 is a very strong contender. I played a lot of Halo 3 back in its day. Old school RuneScape, back when it was actually just RuneScape. My most played shooter of all time is Apex Legends. I played so much Apex in my college days. There's Minecraft, but I'm bad at Minecraft. I don't think I've ever soloed Minecraft. Oh, I'm missing out on the big one. Rust. Rust could be number one. I think I've spent the most time on Rust. That's the sad thing. I'm actually decent at Rust, and that's not good. If you're decent at Rust, that means you've been playing for a long time, because when you start playing, you're just going to be terrible. And then even if you put in hundreds and hundreds of hours, you're still terrible. So it takes a long time to become decent at Rust. Then to become like genuinely really good at Rust, you just don't want to go there. That takes 10,000 hours plus. I don't want to ever be good at Rust, but I'm decent at Rust. And that is concerning in and of itself. It's the most toxic game of all time. Thanks for all your wonderful questions. Please feel free to ask me more questions in the comment section below. And if you have any ideas for videos you want to see, always open to suggestions. If not, we got a lot of stuff planned regardless, and I'll just keep throwing these at you. See you later. Anyone else's car just get insanely dirty when you're traveling? What's up, guys? Like, I have just so much stuff. It's like a rat's nest. Holy smokes, that's a nice house. Despicable nonsense down here. I wonder if any GeoGuessr pros can guess where I'm at right now. Can you guess where in the world I am? Good luck.